Hey, what's up, pups? It's JR, and we have made it to 10,000 subscribers. If you watched yesterday's video or, are able to scroll down, then you most likely already knew that. But the moment we hit 10,000 subscribers-ish, I made an announcement video saying that I was going to host a Q&A to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. Which, I did that. And I got quite a few questions. I think I got a total of 51-ish. So thank you all to the wonderful people over on the Discord and over on the comment section of the video who left a question. Anyway, I have no fucking clue what else to say, so what do we say we just get right into the questions, eh? Let's do it. Well, I suppose this one was inevitable. Will you ever do a face reveal? See, I get this question a lot purely because I don't actively show my actual face in videos, but I have actually shown my face in a video before, and I think I've made a couple tweets where I've showed my face. But obviously those things went absolutely unnoticed purely because I believe I did them way back before I even had 50 subscribers, so odds are not a lot of people know that those things are out there. So for the people who have missed those, which is majorly everyone, here's a picture of me holding my new cat that I'm planning to name Scout. We haven't actually got her yet because she's not old enough to go away from her mom or whatever. But anyway, that's what I look like. There you go, face reveal. Do I put that in the title for more views? Is this video over 10 minutes? Why don't you like meta weapons? That's a good question. Well, basically the short answer is I think they are lazy, boring, and just generally not fun to use. But that shouldn't be said for all meta weapons. Like, for example, Corinth. It's a shotgun, so immediately it's obviously meta because shotguns are stupidly overpowered. But I actually love Corinth. It's so much fun. So there are a few exceptions, but the majority reason that I don't like meta weapons is because most of them, they're meta for a reason. They can just sweep through any enemy at any level and you don't even have to fucking think about it. So that's why I don't like meta weapons. It just takes away from the experience in Warframe. Will we get new weapons, frames, maybe even quests after TennoCon? I don't know why you're asking me, perfectly honest. I don't work at DE, so I don't know this shit for like certain or whatever, but if I were to take a shot in the dark and a wild guess, I would most likely say yes, we're going to get new Warframes, new frames, new quests and everything, because I know for a fact that we're at least going to get the working name Vlad, the Eidolon Warframe, at some point after TennoCon, and seeing as how he's a new Warframe, we're most likely going to get a quest to go along with him, and he's not just in, like... He's gonna drop from Terror List, isn't he? Fuck! Think about it, right? We have 3 Terror Lists, and Warframes need 3 parts in a blueprint to build. One of each of Vlad's parts is gonna drop from one of each of the fucking Terror Lists. It's gonna fucking suck. You're gonna have to do a Tridalon run to get his ass. DE sucks, and you know that's gonna happen. So short answer is yes, we're gonna get a new Warframe, and yes, we're most likely going to get a new quest after TennoCon. I don't know for sure because I don't work at DE. Once again, I have no fucking clue why you're asking me. But hey, it's a Q&A, I gotta answer it. I'm fucking obligated to. What's your opinion on the future of Warframe? Well, if the fact that I came across an entire squad using Skoliak and Archiplasmor says anything about what the future of Warframe is going to be, it's not looking too good, if I'm honest. Will you ever be a full-time Twitch streamer? Most likely, if YouTube decides to go off the deep end and just make it, like, completely impossible for me to make any money, I will, like, most likely migrate to Twitch. But as of right now, it's not looking like it. YouTube is still my main deal. I still have to focus on making videos because, YouTube isn't quite gone quite yet, so we're going to be sticking with that for a while. Oh. Can Korra be in your next season of Built to Destroy? I guess I should have posted this video first, huh? What's your favorite Warframe? By far, my favorite Warframe is Zephyr, and I take that you haven't actually looked at my top 10 favorite Warframes video, but whatever, you don't need to. Now you know, my favorite Warframe is Zephyr. I'm honestly surprised that you don't know my favorite Warframe. I thought like 90% of my fucking viewer base knew that my favorite Warframe was Zephyr, but well, whatever, it's not important. You now know. Congratulations. I gave you, this is information. This is what this video is for. It's for educational purposes. Dolphins. If you could design a Warframe, what would it look like and what abilities would it have? That's a good question, and it's a pretty simple answer, even though I'm probably not going to be able to go very in-depth on most likely her abilities because, female Warframes are where it's at. But basically the short answer is just essentially a bat Warframe. That's all I would really want. She'd be focused on like life steal and cool, and like she'd maybe be able to fly, I don't know. Maybe one of her abilities could be like she turns into a cloud of bats and shoots forward like a vampire or something. I don't know, just basically the general idea is a bat Warframe. That's pretty much the only Warframe I would like. The one other thing that I would like would be a spider Warframe, but Cora kind of fits that bill because her like design and like her skirt looks like a spider's abdomen or whatever. She was designed around a spider, so she kind of fits that. And she's based around like binding people in chain or web or whatever. So Cora already fits the spider bill, so all that's left for what I really, really want is a bat Warframe. I would settle for a vampire Warframe because they're pretty much the same deal, but mainly bat Warframe. What would be your ideal Zephyr skin, Tenogen or otherwise? What would it look like? Any picture reference you can find? I don't know, actually. Like, obviously, for the longest time, I've been waiting for the Zephyr Deluxe skin, and it still isn't out. Woo! But I've never really thought about a specific skin I would like to see for Zephyr that has not been announced or conceived, like, at all. The Zephyr Deluxe skin looks really good, but it's not exactly what, like, I would personally go with. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something around the lines of, like, a Phoenix or something. I don't know. I'm not a character design artist, so I don't really have the best ideas. The best I can come up with is just basically a Phoenix. That's all I can really think of. And I don't feel like you need a picture reference for a Phoenix, because, you know. What is your favorite juice? Loli juice. Hey, do you have the big gay? No, I'm not currently in possession of the large homosexual, no. Oh, that was the first time I sneezed in VR. That was weird. Yo, JR, what do you think about Hero 28 Robo Hamster in Overwatch? In all honesty, I wasn't too entirely enthused about fucking Robo Hamster. Mainly because I would have enjoyed it a bit more if it was just the robot and not a hamster controlling the robot, because it's a fucking hamster. Now that I've seen actual gameplay, because Wrecking Ball's in the PTR now, I am a little bit more like intrigued by it because the abilities look like they could be super fun, and he's a tank, which is kind of cool. It's been a while since we got in a tank. I don't think we've ever actually... No, Orisa, never mind. Orisa was a tank. But overall, it's pretty cool. I don't really care because I haven't been playing Overwatch very much, but it's still pretty cool, and I'd like to go around and just kind of play around with his abilities for a bit. What is your most hated faction in the game? Infested! By far infested. Fuck infested. Fuck any infested mission. I do not want to deal with infested. They fucking suck. You know why? You want to know why infested fucking suck? You want to know why infested is my fucking least favorite faction in the entire game? Their entire deal is based around one of the 5 things I put in my 5 biggest mistakes in Warframe. Knock down and stun locking you to make sure that you can't do anything, even if you have the ability to do so otherwise. Because why the fuck not? Dogs! Long story short, infested are my least favorite faction, more accurate to say my most hated faction, because their entire deal is based around knocking you down, stun locking you, buffing themselves, debuffing you, and toxic procs, because who cares how much survivability your Warframe has otherwise, even if he has armor. You stand in a high-level toxic cloud for 2 seconds, boop, you're dead, doesn't matter what Warframe you are, because fuck it, why not? I don't like infested. When will you get a glyph, and do you have a design for it yet? I have no fucking clue when I'm gonna get a glyph. I have tried to get verified by DE twice now, but they've declined it both times. But the good thing is that the second time they declined it, they said they enjoy my content, it's just I don't upload Warframe often enough. And that's mainly because around the second time that I sent in the application, I think I got sick. I think so. Yeah, I got sick that week, so I couldn't like record and upload the Warframe video for that day. So they're probably like, this guy doesn't seem very consistent. We'll let you try. We'll let you try another time, and we'll get back to you, buddy. So they enjoy my content. At least the person who messaged me did. But I just need to, you know, get more consistent with my content, which I'm trying to, but it's difficult with fucking everything going wrong because apparently I have bad luck. But as for the design, it's pretty simple. I'm probably just gonna go with my icon right here, which that looks like a glyph that could be in the game. Like even if that's my wall. Even if my channel didn't exist, this looks like a glyph that could be in the game. So I feel like that's a good glyph. Aescapulius, you're fucking awesome. I love you. Hug me. Oh wait, what do you love most about Warframe, and what inspired you to make a video on it? Also, congrats on 10K. Thank you. Well, this is actually a pretty simple question to answer, because the thing I love most about Warframe is also the reason, like, I decided to make a video on it. It's building weapons. I love taking weapons and putting together piece by piece with mods and stuff and seeing what they can do. And because of that love, I decided, hey, I play Warframe a lot. Hey, I like building weapons in Warframe. I'm gonna make a video on it and call it Warframe Built to Destroy. And that's now my longest running series. So, that worked out pretty well. What is your least favorite of each category, like frame, primary, secondary, sentinel, etc.? I never really thought about it. Like, my least favorite frame or like most hated frame, whatever, kind of tosses back and forth every now and then, depending on how, like, what my playstyle is at the time. So for the longest time, my least favorite Warframe, my most hated Warframe was Mag. But now I've rebuilt Mag and I've built her for something completely different. I focused on damage and just so I can nuke with Crush and everything and like polarize and whatnot. But before Mag, it was Neja, purely because, whew, I don't like the way Neja looks, and his animations are a little bit flamboyant for my liking. But now Neja is planned to have a deluxe skin, and obviously you can change his animation set. The only thing that wouldn't change were like the animations for his abilities, which are easily ignorable. But when he first came out, I hated him. I absolutely hated him. But after I maxed him out, sold him for mastery fodder, I got him back to try to give him another shot, and I built him for, I believe, high damage, just strength and nothing else. And I discovered that Divine Spears is one of my favorite fucking abilities in the game, so it's not Neja anymore. So, least favorite Warframe? No fucking clue, honestly. No fucking clue, not at all. If I were to take a shot in the dark, I would probably say Equinox, purely because I was so hyped for her when she was announced, but you see the state she's in now. The only people who play her pretty much are Equinox scrubs that build her for max strength and max range and just sleep through any mission they fucking feel like. And the people who do play Night Form, aka me, are kind of stuck with the fact that she's impossible to fucking customize, so now that I think about it, Equinox is probably my least favorite Warframe. As for primary, oh, that is so much easier. Arca fucking Plasmor. Arca Plasmor, by far. Fuck that thing. A, it's meta, so you see it fucking everywhere. B, it looks fucking stupid. C, it's not even an actual fucking shotgun. It just shoots a glob of fucking Play-Doh at people. So, least favorite primary, Arca Plasmor. Get it the fuck out of here. I do not want it. Least favorite secondary. I don't know. Secondaries are just by nature really fucking ignored, so I don't know what my least favorite secondary is. For a while, I would have said, like, Sicarus or Ocelotto, because Sicarus used to be the worst fucking weapon in the game. Then they buffed it, and now it's the likes of Lex Prime, so it's, like, that's the only downside it had. But then there's Ocelotto, which is still a fucking really shit weapon, but I made a Built to Destroy on it, I made it better, it's now one of my favorite weapons, so I don't know. Once again, shot in the dark. Let's see. Secondaries. Cycron. People complain about Cycron, right? Sure, let's go with Cycron. Never used it. Never even tried using it. Didn't really give a shit all that much, so I have no impression of what it actually plays like, but we'll just say Cycron to get the question down. So, least favorite melee now, huh? I'm just gonna go ahead and say none because... Actually, no. That's a flat out lie. I was about to say that, all melees are beautiful, because I'm a melee player and everything, but, Skoliak can fuck right the hell off. It is the meta. It's not even the meta melee, it's just the meta. And it looks stupid, because, like I've said before, I hate the aesthetic of the Infested, and this is an Infested meta whip, which, no. Just, fuck, make it die, just die. So, I don't like Skoliak. Skoliak's my least favorite melee. By far. Sentinel now! Woo, yay, cool. I don't use Sentinels. That's it. The only Sentinels I've ever had were Death Cube, Carrier, and Shade, so... let's say Shade, because I just didn't use him the most. Or rather, let's say I used him the least, because that's more grammatically correct. Death Cube is my favorite Sentinel, so we'll just say that. I love Death Cube. I want Death Cube Wraith. He deserves it. He's been left in the dust so far because no one cares about Death Cube, but I love Death Cube. Least favorite pet? Kubros, because it's one or the other, and I have like 6 Kavats, so we'll just go with Kubros. That's my least favorite. Not my most hated, but least favorite. Mission type. I think this is the last one I'll do. Least favorite mission type, by far, mobile defense. It was a lot worse before they patched the time it takes to complete one, but it's still very painstaking, annoying, and just a general chore to do. So, to recap, least favorite Warframe, probably Equinox. Most hated primary, Archiplasmor. Least favorite secondary, Cycron, because I couldn't think of anything. Most hated melee, Skoliak. Least favorite Sentinel, Shade. Least favorite pet, Kubros. Least favorite mission type, mobile defense. We good to go now? Cool, let's go to the next question. Will you ever make a top 10 primary weapons video? So for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure a lot of you do because I usually refer back to it a lot, I made a top 10 melee weapons video a while back, and that's purely because, like I said earlier in this video, I'm a melee player, so I had a lot to choose from. So as far as a top 10 primaries videos goes, maybe. It really depends if I find 10 primaries that I like, so we'll see. I don't know. Ooh, here's a good one. What is your reason for learning Russian? For those of you who don't know, if you haven't watched my Zhapka video, because that's pretty much the only one I've mentioned it on a video, otherwise I just mentioned on live stream. But basically, I have started learning Russian, and the reason for that is mainly because I don't know any other language. Like, I didn't take Spanish in high school, I didn't take the plunge when I was a full-on weeb and learned Japanese because I watched a lot of anime, but basically I just didn't have, I've been monolingual. Is that the fucking term? I don't fucking know. I have basically, it's just because I haven't learned a second language, and if I were to pick one, I would most likely go with Russian because I am of Russian descent, and overall it's just a cool fucking language. First of all, congrats on 10K, thank you. Did you start playing Warframe yourself, or did someone suggest it to you? It's not really anyone suggested it to me, but I didn't just start it myself either, so it's not so much that someone suggested it to me, it's more, it was a tandem effort in discovering Warframe. Basically what happened is, me and my brother Chris were like scrolling through free-to-play games because we didn't have a lot of money back then and we didn't have a lot of PC games, so we would just look at the free-to-play section on Steam. And Chris comes across Warframe and he's just like, oh, right, that. Because he was thinking of Warface. And I didn't say anything because I was thinking of Warhammer. So we didn't know what Warframe actually was because Chris thought it was Warface and I thought it was Warhammer, so we just didn't care. We tried Warface before and we didn't like it all that much. And I never liked Warhammer, so we just ignored it. But then Chris came back and he's like, wait a second, this isn't Warface, this is Warframe. Okay, let's see what it's all about. He looks into it and Chris will tell you, if you ask him, that the entire reason he decided to get Warframe was because he saw Rhino holding Fragger in one of the preview screenshots. It's the entire reason. He installed Warframe, played around for a little bit. I didn't bother installing it until a couple weeks later. And then I saw Chris playing it and I was like, hey, that looks really fucking cool. So this is Warframe, right? And he said, yeah. Oh, I was thinking of Warhammer. Then bada bing, bada boom, a little bit later, I install Warframe and we start playing Warframe a lot. And then 4,000 hours and 10,000 subscribers later, my channel is mainly based around Warframe. So, yeah. Do you even do splits, bro? I mean, I can try, but like, I'm in VR, so you're gonna be able to see. I'll try. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Where's my wall? Oh. Ah. Answer is no. I'm a guy, so that's not happening. Oh fuck. All right. Where am I? All right. No, I don't do splits. Also, will you do content on different games, and what kind of? I kind of do already. It's just the last few videos have been kind of Warframe focused, purely because, let's see, I had the Q&A announcement video, which was just me standing in Warframe. And then I can't remember what the video was before that. Huh. I think it was my Vicar Amelia video. I don't remember, I'd have to look. But I do kind of already do content on different games. It's just, it's been a while since I've like done an actual thing on another game. But as far as the future goes, I do want to play more VRChat because I have a lot of fucking fun talking around and messing around with people in it. And that's why I was completely okay with doing this that I'm doing now, using my VRChat avatar and like using that to fucking do stuff because I want to play more VRChat. It's just, oh, summer is hot and fuck putting on the vibe in hot weather. We do not have like high quality air conditioning. Most we have is a fan and stuff, and everything. And fuck does it get hot up here. It's not Arizona level, and usually Oregon's pretty nice as far as temperature goes, but oh my god, summer is relentless. So that's the main reason I haven't been playing a lot of VRChat, but even though I want to, it's just because fuck does it get hot. As far as that goes, I do also want to do other VR games like, probably not Gorn, because that'll probably get demonetized due to how gory it is. I could turn off the gore thing, but that would be ruining the entire point. I do have a couple other VR games, like, I have a horror game called The Exorcist. Yes, it's based off the movie, if I remember correctly. I have Pavlov. I have, Onward. I have a couple other VR games that I would play. As far as outside of VR goes, I still have a bunch of RPG Maker games that I would like to go through, and maybe I was thinking about restarting my playthrough of Nightmare of the Snow, because I was kind of invested in the story of that game. It's just, wow, was there a long hiatus between episodes, and I was just like, okay. It's just like, I recorded the episodes way before I changed my name to JR Jericho on YouTube, so I still called myself Vector back in that day, and I want to bury that shit in the fucking ground. So I was thinking about restarting my playthrough of Nightmare of the Snow, just, you know, with all the equipment and like know-how of editing and stuff I have now. Maybe I could do it better, and I kind of want to see how the game ends. So this isn't really a good comparison given the subscriber gap, but it's the best I can think of. Markiplier is a he was a very big inspiration for me to start making videos, so outside of my Warframe videos, my content is generally similar to like what he uploads. It's basically just games he finds and decides to make a video on. Other than him, there's also like Smitty and like his whole, like all his friends and stuff. Basically the general funny moment style that he uploads, and like Wildcat uploads, even though he pretty much only uploads Fortnite nowadays, but that's besides the point. So outside of VR, RPG Maker, and stuff like that, is just whatever game I come across and feel like would make for a good video. That's pretty much it. Do you think Mag is boo-boo? I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna assume, do you think Mag is bad? And I did for a while, but then I rebuilt her and focused on strength with her new reworked kit and everything, and I do like her a bit more, so no, I do not think Mag is boo-boo. What is your favorite sidearm? Well, I'll probably have to go with the predictable approach and say the Colt 1911, because that's just a beautiful pistol. What? Oh, he meant Warframe. Oh, okay. Alright, that makes more sense. So, in Warframe, my favorite sidearm is definitely Magnus, because Revolver, just, you know, high noon, fan the hammer and whatnot. Isn't the JR community's mascot black and white with fur? It's the JR community, not the Mallow community, Wanty. We've been over this. Why did you start playing Warframe? Well, it was kind of answered before. Basically, I just saw Chris playing it, and I was like, that looks cool. If I remember correctly, it was the general same idea as why Chris started playing, because I saw Fang and I was like, yes, I want that. But then I got in and played with Fang on high master ranks and high levels and stuff, and was swiftly disappointed to find out that Fang Prime is one of the statistically worst weapons in the game. But hey, fuck you, I made it work. Are you really Trap-chan? Yeah, what are your PC specs? I have a 3.4 gigahertz processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1060 6 gigabyte GPU, if I remember correctly. Do you have console? And if you do, which one? I do have console. If you're talking about specifically console Warframe, not so much, because, I do not want to start over. I'm 4,000 hours deep on PC and I ain't about to start over. But in general, I have both main consoles actually. I have a PS4 in my room, and then we have an Xbox One out in the living room, which I don't really play all that much, and pretty much the only game I play on console is Bloodborne and Metal Gear 5, so I don't really need to play the Xbox. But yes, I do have console. I have a PS4 that is pretty much mine at this point. I'm the only person who plays it, and we do have an Xbox One out in the living room. That's pretty much it. Why is flat justice, and can you show how you made Octavia's fashion frame? One does not simply explain why flat is justice. It's just something that you need to accept. As far as the whole Octavia fashion frame thing, sure, fuck it, let's go do that. Can you give some tips for the new Warframe players? Basically all I can say really is just kind of, if you get stuck in a specific spot or you can't like find the resources you need to make your next weapon or whatever, just basically you just gotta hunker down and get it done and you'll feel better in the end. That's pretty much all I can say. Also, I would advise getting a clan. That'll make things a lot easier. Who do you think is the most balanced Warframe? Balance? The fuck is that? One question since I can't think of anything. Are you a weeb? Oh, and Doki Doki Literature Club do a special on your dad. I was wondering if anybody remembered that. But as far as the weeb question goes, the actual definition of weeb, no, but as a funny haha joke meme, I'll say, yes, I am a weeb dis. I'm not a question, I'm just cleaning here. Oh, sorry, I'll let you, here, you go ahead and just go on down through the hallway. I'll let you do your work. In terms of Warframe, I know Zephyr is your girl, but if there was a Warframe to be created that had even the slightest chance at taking her spot, what would it be based off of and what kind of powers would it have? Well, I kind of mentioned this earlier. Basically, it's just Bat Warframe. If we're talking about taking Zephyr's spot, it probably wouldn't just get away with it being a Vampire Warframe. It would have to be specifically a Bat Warframe to have even a chance at taking Zephyr's spot. In general terms, what are your favorite anime and favorite anime character? Well, if we're speaking in general terms, talking about like genre and stuff, I'm a sucker for shoujo romance. I find it way more entertaining than any shonen anime ever. Yes, including My Hero Academia, which everyone seems to be talking about right now. And general favorite anime character, once again, if we're talking in general, like the style of anime character, then Tsundere Loli. That's it. Just Tsundere Loli. That's all I can say. But if we're talking about specifics, my favorite anime is Plastic Memories. Well, actually, it's more of a tie between Plastic Memories and Spice and Wolf for my favorite anime. Those are both really good anime and I highly suggest them. And as far as my favorite anime character, I'm sure a lot of you are expecting me to say Nico Yazawa from Love Live, but she's just my waifu. She isn't my favorite anime character. My favorite anime character is Holo from Spice and Wolf. She was my first waifu, so it kind of like biases it in that sense, but overall I just love her, like, the style of her character and just, it's just, oh, so good, I want to watch it again. Do you want to be my best friend? Why are you a weeb? Simple answer, lollies. When did you first show interest in anime? See, this is actually a pretty interesting story now that I think about it. Way back in the day, years ago, right? Both me and my brother hated anime. Did not like it in the slightest. Absolutely fucking hated it. Then one day, when we still had cable, now we don't, we just kind of have the generic, you know, Netflix, Hulu, and whatnot. But back when we had cable, on Saturdays at 12 a.m., it would go from Adult Swim to Toonami, and they would be like airing anime and whatnot. And we decided, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what all this anime is, and just we'll like make fun of it and stuff. And the first anime they had queued up for the night was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and that kind of tided me over because that is a phenomenal anime. And to give you a reference of how fucking good that show is, Chris loves that show. Chris notoriously, like, he fucking hates anime with a passion. He does not find it at all enjoyable, and he hates how so much anime is like generic and predictable and cliched to hell and whatnot. But he loves Full Metal Alchemist. He watched both Brotherhood and the original series. But basically, when I first showed interest in anime is when that fateful night where we decided to watch Toonami to make fun of anime, and we watched Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm sold. If you could choose one male and one female Warframe to have IRL, which ones would you take? For a female, that's a very fucking easy answer. Zephyr, by far. For obvious reasons, Zephyr. Just give me, I want you. As far as male goes, I don't know. Actually, I never really thought about it. If you looked at my top 10 Warframes video, which it's kind of outdated because I fucking hate Atlas now, and he was my number 9 spot in that video. My top 5 Warframes, I believe, were all female, so I don't really play male Warframes all that much. But like, gun to my head, if like, which Warframe do you want? It has to be male. I'd probably say Frost, because, you know, oh wow, just picture it, like, oh wow, it's so fucking hot weather. Hey Frost, you want to put up a snow globe, homie? He's just like, aight, then, and then snow globe, everything's cool now, yay. So which is best, Kirk or Zephyr? Easy, both. Oof. When will Skyrim videos come to your channel? They most likely will not return because I did say that I would try to stream immersion, but in general, I'm kind of burnt out on Skyrim, so I don't think that Skyrim videos are going to be coming back anytime soon. If they do, it probably won't be for very long because, you know, Elder Scrolls 6 was announced at E3, so at some point that's going to come out, and I'm most likely not going to care about Skyrim anymore, so whew, I was wondering if I was going to get a question about immersion, but yeah, the simple answer is, hate to say it, but immersion is pretty much dead at this point. Basically, all I could say to tide people over who were big fans of immersion is that Skyrim is still a game I will play on stream occasionally, most likely after I complete Bloodborne, and like if I end up getting the Old Hunters DLC for Bloodborne, I'll have to do that too. But it is a game that will at some point most likely show up on stream. But as far as videos go, OBS is a gigantic cunt when it comes to recording Skyrim, and if I record with Shadowplay, it just makes even more issues than it would with OBS. So there's really no workaround I have found to make it so I can actually record and upload Skyrim. So videos of Skyrim, dead and gone, most likely not going to happen anymore, but streams, there's still hope. It's just not going to be immersion. Quick apologies if lighting's different and everything, and like I'm in a slightly different position. VRChat crashed, and I had to restart Steam VR entirely, so now I'm in a different spot. So hopefully it won't crash again. When will you stream more often? I'm actually down to spend my free time on that sweet stream. Well, that's good to hear, Cap. As for when I will stream more often, I don't know. I have been trying to stream more often. I have plans to stream Bloodborne a lot more until I finish it. And my brother has wanted to have me live stream when we're playing through Borderlands 2 on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. But Tanner, our friend Tanner, wants to catch up so he can like get up and play with us as well. So that might be a while before we end up playing Borderlands 2. But I do want to try playing or live streaming more often. That is a thing that I do plan to do, and hopefully I will be able to get around to doing that soon. I have no fucking clue. We'll just have to wait and see. Why did you start doing YouTube? Well, basically it's the same answer that anyone you ask this question who's like even a moderately big YouTuber, PewDiePie, really? PewDiePie, Markiplier, they were big inspirations for me wanting to play, or wanting to start YouTube. And it really like sunk in that I wanted to start like making videos and uploading stuff when me and my friend Tanner, who I just mentioned, we uploaded our very first video that I believe does not exist anymore of us playing Slender the 8 Pages way back when it was fucking relevant. And it was terrible. It was awful. We did the classic move of just record the screen with a camcorder. And it was awful, and it does not exist anymore. But basically, we had a lot of fun doing that. It was just absolutely terrible quality, so we ended up like deleting video. But basically, that's really just when it set in that I wanted to do YouTube. Then a couple years later, I said, hey, I can probably start up my own YouTube channel. Then I started up my own YouTube channel, and completely exiled that out of my fucking life. I will not mention the name of my first channel, but then I started this channel. It's gone through 3 different names. It started out as TNK Gaming, then it went to Vector the Fox, and now we are here where I'm pretty much cemented as JR Jericho for life. So that's my YouTube history. Why am Mui PP hard turtler? Anime titties. What is your secret to success? That's my actual question. You're kind of putting me on the spot here, Tanner. Basically, all that really, like, got me to this point was just time and dedication to YouTube. I just focused on, like, making my content better, experimenting with new styles, and then eventually, I decided to, on a whim, make the types of players in Warframe. It was just a stupid meme video I thought of at 3 a.m. and a month or so later, it decided, fuck it, this is the video that's on right now with the Warframe community, and it gets kicked up to 100,000, then 300,000, now we're at 600,000 views on types of players, and that's all because I had the time and dedication to focus on doing YouTube and, like, perfecting my craft. That's pretty much it. That's all I can say. Just, if you want to start doing YouTube, just know that it might take a while, but eventually, with the right amount of dedication and focus on your craft, then you'll get there. Can you make a build that can at least level 90 to 100 for a trash weapon like Heat Dagger in about 30 seconds? Hashtag 10K QNA. Okay, let's see. Focus on damage and nothing else. Maybe throw in the finisher damage mod for melees, and since we're talking about Heat Dagger specifically here, throw on Covert Lethality and go with your Warframe as a range duration build. Excalibur and Enormous would work too, but Excalibur is the advised one, and just focus on doing finishers and nothing else, and boom, there you go, you can take on high levels. Can you show your fashion?
No, this video is already way too long and it is fucking 6 a.m. when I am editing this, so that would just make the video even longer and would make me have to make more complex edits. Maybe at some point I'll upload my fashion frame to my second channel, but I am using my last bit of energy to finish this video so it can go public in a fucking hour and a half.
How does it feel to hit 10K subs, and how many subs do you want to have? As far as how it feels to reach 10,000 subscribers, you're gonna hear this in every fucking subscriber goal or anything video ever. It's just, it feels unreal. Just like to know that 10,000 fucking people in the world have come across my videos and said, hey, I like what this guy's doing, I want to stick around for this. It's just, it's so fucking cool, honestly. That's all I can really say. And as far as how many subs I want to have, there's no really specific amount. It's just, I don't know, whatever can go ahead and like start me over and like allow this for me to do for my job and whatnot. Either that or anything. Basically, if I get to the point where like I have more subscribers than Jake Paul and Rice Gum, just so I can kind of shove it in those little pieces of shit's face that a stupid, fat, weeaboo introvert can upload content that's better and more enjoyable than whatever shit they throw out that week. Basically, that's just a little side goal. Just get more subscribers than Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and Rice Gum, just so I can kind of shove it in their egotistical faces. Where/how did you learn to edit videos, and how long does it take? I'll answer how does it take first, how long does it take first, because that's a bit easier question to answer. It takes anywhere from a minimum of 5 hours per video to a day at most. Like, for example, I'm editing together a Rainbow Six Siege video, and I'm not done editing that yet. And I've had the footage for a while, so it takes some amount of time. That's for damn sure. The average time I spend editing videos and whatnot is anywhere between 6 to 9 hours I spend on each video. Usually when we're talking about BTD, it's the higher end of that, where it's more so towards 9 hours as opposed to 6. But to like funny moments videos and stuff, that usually takes around, depends on if I want to do like subtitles and whatnot, that usually takes around 6 or 7. And how did I learn to edit videos? Really, honestly, I'm self-taught. I just got Adobe Premiere, and, well, actually, I started out with Windows Movie Maker, because that's where everyone starts out. But after I upgraded to Adobe Premiere, I basically just taught myself the ins and outs of Adobe Premiere with the help of just a quick Google searches, a few Google searches if I didn't know exactly what something to do. Otherwise, I just kind of like looked around in Adobe Premiere to see if I can find the specific effect I wanted. And basically, yeah, the way I've taught myself how to edit, basically. I'm self-taught on how to edit and how to work with Adobe Premiere and everything. But as far as my editing style goes, for like specifically funny moments, that general style was really influenced by Smitty and all of his friends, the way they do their funny moments episodes. They were a huge inspiration for me for my funny moments videos. If you go back a few videos in time and go back to like the Overwatch era of my channel, you will come across the fact that I blatantly rip off a couple of Smitty's jokes. Like I used to say use code S7 a lot whenever I had something to say before the video. Sort of making the fun of how people will like take a couple seconds to say, hey, this is a sponsored video, sponsored by G Fuel, use code S7 and everything like that. That was the entire joke I was going off of. And at one point, I believe it was in my stream highlights video number 2, I said, hey, do you want to see me blatantly rip off Smitty one more time and make a compilation of Chris saying stupid stuff? And then I ripped off Smitty's spoon show that he did. And I thought it was funny at the time, but now that I know the fact, now that I know how hard it is to come up with actually funny stuff on your own and you're not just ripping off other YouTubers, I feel like shit for ripping it off. So, by some fucking miracle, Smitty, if you're watching this, I apologize for my earlier videos where I ripped off some of your jokes, but hopefully you seem like a cool guy, so hopefully we can just put this behind us and that never happened. I've made my own editing style now and I have my own jokes. Thank you very much. And finally, what was the frame you're using in the QNA, I'm assuming, announcement video? That was simply just Zephyr Prime with the Skyrim skin and the Neru Sayandana. That's it. Alright, so that's the end of the Q&A video. We got through all the fucking questions. I'm surprised. So, real quick thank you to all the people who left me questions for me to answer in both in the Discord and both on the comment section of the announcement video. Thank you all so much for leaving comments. I very much appreciate it. And thank you to every single fucking one of you for sticking with me to the point where I can make this video saying, hey, my name's JR Jericho, and I've reached 10,000 subscribers. I would literally, not even joking, because that's how it works, I would literally not be able to do this if it wasn't for you right there. So thank you very much for that. So, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like and make sure to hit that subscribe button and become a pup if you haven't already. Also, if you want to support me in the channel, consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month. My name's JR, and I'll see you guys in the next one.